So what you're going to be learning in this video is how to find a side or angle of a triangle using the law of cosines. And in order to do this, you must have the values of either your three sides of your triangle or your side, the included angle, and another side of your triangle. This formula is what you would use if you're using your law of cosines. So it's a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times cosine of capital A. Matching letters must be opposite each other. Your lowercase a is going to represent your side, and your uppercase a is going to represent your angle. And your x value must be in one of these two positions here. And to remember from previous units, when you have a triangle, your largest angle is opposite your largest side, your smallest angle is opposite your smallest side, and your medium angle is opposite your medium side. And when you have a plane for your four quadrants, your first quadrant, your sine value, your tangent value, and your cosine value are all positive. In your second quadrant, your sine value is positive. In your third quadrant, your tangent value is positive. And in your fourth quadrant, your cosine value is positive. So pause this video and take a moment to copy down these notes. So now we're going to try this problem here. So we are given a triangle E, F, and G with side lowercase e being 7 centimeters, side F being 10 centimeters, and notice that your side E is located opposite your angle E, and your side F is located opposite your angle F. It says that angle G is 60 degrees, and we have to find side G. So that's here, opposite your angle G. So, notice that we have a side value, an included angle, and its adjacent side angle. So because we have the side angle side pattern, we can use the law of cosines to find our side G. So, we are looking for a side, so our G goes into the side position in the formula, where your lowercase a is located over here. Make sure to put the angle that is opposite the side you are looking for into the angle position in the formula, so that would be where your uppercase letter A is here. So your lowercase g would go in this position here, and your 60-degree value is going to go in this position here. So because we have the 10 and the 7 value, those are our sides, so we can replace these empty positions here with those values. So you would have your 10, your 7, your 10, and your 7. Now it doesn't matter if your 10 goes here and your 7 goes here, or if your 7 goes here and your 10 goes here, and vice versa for these positions here too, because both addition and multiplication are both commutative properties, so you could switch them if you would like. And then because the variable is isolated on the left side and the right side consists of nothing but constants, we can enter the entire right-hand side into the calculator in one shot. So you would have g squared equals 79 once you type this whole part of the equation into your calculator. And to get g by itself, you would take the radical of both sides. So you would have g equals plus or minus rad 79. But now since g represents the side of a triangle, it can't be negative. So you would get rid of that. So you would be left with g equals positive rad 79, which is going to be 8.9 centimeters. Pause this video to take a moment to copy down these notes. So for our next problem, our triangle is going to represent a triangular plot of land that has sides measuring 20 yards, 25 yards, and 30 yards. The question asks us to find the measure of the smallest angle formed by these sides to the nearest degree. So since we're looking for the smallest angle, from what we talked about previously, your smallest angle is opposite your smallest side of the triangle. So since the smallest value of the sides of this triangle is your 20 yards, you know that this is the angle that you need to find since it's opposite that side of the triangle. So we're going to label that with x. So now, since we know that we have all three values for all three sides of the triangle, we know that we have the side, side, side pattern, and therefore we can use the law of cosines to find our x value for our angle. So we're looking for an angle, so our x goes into the angle position in the formula, which was previously represented by the uppercase A. And we need to make sure to put the side that is opposite the angle that we are looking for into the side position of the formula that was previously represented by the lowercase a. So our x is going to go here, and our 20 yards value is going to go here. Now, since we're substituting our values into our law of cosines formula, we would substitute in our other two values that we have for the sides of this triangle. So you can have your 30 here and your 25 here, or you can switch it and have your 25 here and your 30 here. And same goes for these two positions. It doesn't matter which order you write them in, because keep in mind from the previous problem how addition and multiplication are commutative properties, so it doesn't matter which order you write them in. So since the variable that we're looking for is mixed in with the constants, we need to do our calculations very carefully. So one of the common errors that students make a lot of the times is they combine values that they're not supposed to. So when solving this problem, you know that 20 squared equals 400, 25 squared is 625, 30 squared is 900, and then 2 times 25 times 30 gives you 1500, and then you have your cos x. So the common mistake that a lot of students make is combining the 625, the 900, and subtracting 1500. But you can't do this because your 1500 is a coefficient to your cosine x. So you can't combine all three. You can only combine your 625 and your 900. So you would have 400 equals 625 plus 900, which equals 1525, minus your 1500 cos x, since that's your coefficient to your cos x. And now you want to try to get cos x by itself. You want to isolate this so that you can find your x value. So first you would subtract over your 1525 from both sides. And you would have negative 1125 equals negative 1500 cos x. So now you would divide by your negative 1500. And you would have cos x to equal 0.75. Now, since this is a positive value, you know that this has to be located in either quadrant 1 or 4. Since we talked about before how if your cosine value is positive, it can either be located here, since your sine, tangent, and cosine values are all positive in quadrant 1, and how in quadrant 4 only your cosine value is positive. So you know it has to be in one of these two quadrants. So first, to find what your degree value would be, you would take your inverse cos of 0.75, which you would get to be 41 degrees. Now, if you take this 41 degrees and you put it into your quadrant 1, you're going to get 41 degrees. But in order to find your 41 degrees in your fourth quadrant, you would take 360 degrees minus your 41 degrees, and that would give you 319 degrees. So this is your value in your first quadrant, and this is your value in your fourth quadrant. However, we're going to reject this value here because we know that a triangle only has 180 degrees, and since this is 319, it's too big for a triangle. So your answer for this problem is going to be 41 degrees. Pause this video and take a moment to copy down these notes.